Okay, so I don't know if I got cut off before I gave you the solution to 11, but the solution to 11 is negative 5, 0. All right, well, let's go on to 12. 12 says 2x plus y equals 5, and y equals negative 5 minus 2x. So, you know what? Let's just plug what y equals into y here, because y is already isolated for us. So now I have 2x minus 5 minus 2x equals 5. So when I add 2x and negative 2x together, well, they're gone. They're canceled. So I have negative 5 equals 5. And on no planet anywhere does that happen. This is one of your no solutions. Okay, lucky 13. So I have y plus x equals 5 and x equals y minus 3. So we have x isolated already. So let's just plug it into the other one where x is. So I have y equals, and instead of the x, I'm going to put in y minus 3. Oops, this is a plus. Equals 5. So I have y and another y is 2y minus 3 equals 5. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So I have 2y equals 8. I'm going to divide by 2. So my y value is 4. So now that I have that, I can plug it into the equation that I didn't use, which is that one. So I have x equals 4 minus 3, which is 1. So remember, I have to write them as an ordered pair. So my answer is 1, 4. All right, let's look at this one. I'm going to take y, and I'm going to plug it in where the y is. So I have x, and instead of the y, I'm going to put minus x plus 4 equals 4. When I combine these, they're canceled, and I'm left with 4 equals 4. And it is, but this is infinite solutions. That means no matter what you put in, it's going to work. Okay, moving right along. 15. So I have x plus 2y equals 7 and 2x plus 3y equals 12. This one's a little harder because we have to get a variable alone. So what I'm going to do is take this one, because x does not have a coefficient, and I'm just going to shift that 2y over to the other side by subtracting it. So now I have x by itself. Now I know what x equals. Now I'm going to take that and put it right into the equation. So instead of the x, I'm going to multiply it by negative 2y plus 7 plus 3y equals 12. So 2 times negative 2y is negative 4y. 2 times 7 is 14. Remember to distribute to both those terms in there. Now I'm going to combine negative 4 and 3y. So I have negative y plus 14 equals 12. Subtract 14. So I have negative y equals negative 2. Not quite done because I have to get that negative sign off the y. So y is 2. Now I'm going to take what y equals and put it back into the first one. So I have x plus 2 times 2 instead of the y equals 7. X plus 4 equals 7. And I'm going to subtract that 4. So x is 3. So here's my solution, the 0.32. Okay, moving right along. Since we have y by itself, let's take that equation and isolate y by subtracting 6x. So now I know what y equals. Y is negative 6x minus 5. Numbers are getting bigger. I'm going to plug that in right there for y. So I have negative 12x minus, and then I'm going to put what y is equal to in there. There's a 2. I'm sorry. Let me erase this. Minus 2 times 6x minus 5 equals 10. So I have negative 12x plus 12x. Oh, we see where this is going. Plus 10 equals 10. These are canceled. I have 10 equals 10. So this is infinitely many solutions. All right, getting a little fractiony with these next few, but that's okay. We can handle it. So I have x equals 2y plus 4. So I already have x isolated. I'm going to put it right in here. So now I have 4y plus 2y plus 4. I'm going to put that in instead of the x. So I'm going to combine. So I have 6y plus 4 equals 2. I'm going to subtract 4. So I have 6y equals 2, negative 2. I'm going to divide by 6. So y is negative 2 6, which is negative 1/3. So that's going to make our life interesting when we go to plug in y. So we're going to use this equation. So I have x equals 2 over 1 times negative 1/3 plus 4. So, go back. X equals negative 2/3 plus 4. So that's 3 1/3. When you make that improper, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10/3. So I have 10/3 and negative 1/3. So don't let yourself think this is wrong, because it's not. So number 18 is the problem that we graphed the very first time that I said, oh, it's hard to figure out what the intersection is when you're graphing. Well, now we can. Okay, so I'm going to take this negative 5x and put it in for y. So I have negative 5x equals 3x plus 2. I'm going to get the x's to one side, so I have negative 8x equals 2. I'm going to divide by negative 8. So x is negative 2/8, which is really negative 1/4. Now I'm going to plug that in right here. So y equals negative 5 over 1 times negative 1/4, which gives me 5/4. So I have negative 1/4 and 5/4 for answers. Don't be afraid of those fractions. Okay, word problems. Let's see how far we can get with these. So number 19. Nettie's Bargain Clothing is having a huge sale. All shirts are $3 each and all pants are $5 each. You go to the sale and buy twice as many shirts as pants and spend $66. We're going to make S the number of shirts and P the number of pants. They already give you the equations. So they said the number of shirts, or S, equals 2 times the number of pants. They said 3S plus 5P is 66. So look at A. Let's define what these parts mean. The first part, S equals 2P, means you bought twice as many pants as shirts. So write that down. You may need to stop. And then 3S plus 5P equals 66 says that shirts are $3, pants are $5, and you spent a total of $66. All right, you may have to stop and write those in. All right, let's solve the system. So I am going to take what S is, which is 2P right here. Get my highlighter out. Right here is 2P. And you're going to plug it in for S here. So now I have 3 times 2p plus 5p equals 66. 6p plus 5p is 66. And when I take 11p equals 66 and divide by 11, I have p equals 6, which means the number of pants you're buying is 6 pairs of pants. Okay? Now, let's see how many shirts you buy. So the number of shirts, let me get a pen or something that is not yellow. So the number of shirts you're buying is 2 times the pants, which now we know is 6. So 12 shirts. So 6 pair of pants, 12 shirts. Okay, we have one more. Xavier and Carlos have a bet to see who can get more friends on social media site after a month. Carlos has 5 more friends than Xavier when they start the competition. After much work, Carlos doubles his amount of friends and Xavier triples his, and by the end they have 160. So let's identify the pieces. So this first equation in the system says that the number of Carlos's friends are 5 more than Xavier to start. And then the next piece says, at the end, Carlos doubles and Xavier triples to end with 160 friends. Okay, that's what those two things mean. So let's solve them. So I'm going to take what C equals and plug it in here. So I have 2, and instead of the C, I'm going to put in x plus 5 plus 3x equals 160. So when I distribute, I have 2x plus 10 plus 3x equals 160. I'm going to combine these. I have 5x plus 10 equals 160. Subtract that 10. So I have 5x equals 150. Dividing by 5, x is 30. So that's 30 friends Xavier started with. Now I'm going to plug that 30 in right here. Carlos has 30 plus 5. So Carlos starts with 35 friends. So here's the answer. Xavier starts with 30 friends. Carlos starts with 35. We're going to do a lot more work on word problems. But that's it for today.